Apparently I have not tonight. There we go, guys. Loaded in here in the top left corner we have from Team InfMorse. He's going to be trying to take down shadowLurker, who has put his team up, Team Emanations, up 2-0 so far. This is game number 3. And in the bottom right we have the Red Terran player shadowLurker from Team Emanations. This is a B-Team Clan Wars. This is from Bronze to Gold. This is a Silver League player, and this is a High Bronze League player. Apparently Morse asked for the GSL Ohana, but he did not get it. You can't always get what you want. You know, that song. It's a good song. One moment. We are going to just follow this SCV. See what it does. 1 second. Alright guys, sorry, I am back and ready. I'm ready and willing, guys. Ready and willing. Have Morse in the top left. Both players going for that wall off. Both players going for that 12 racks. Both players still have no early gas, so we won't see any sort of cheeky Banshee play quite yet. Which kind of is upsetting. I love Banshees. Banshees are so awesome. Such a good harass unit. So underused. Both players doing the exact same thing. Ohana is a very nice map for Terran players, as they do have a relatively small map here. Just put a bunker up here and you're defended from almost to literally anything. Also pretty easy expansion for them to take, but also for TVT you could also have a very good time defending, because you can siege your tanks up here on the high ground. They can shoot down here, they can shoot here, they can shoot anywhere, because tanks are also OP. Every unit is OP if you know how to use it. That is the key thing. Morse getting his orbital command out a little sooner than shadowLurker. He decided to get an extra SCV out, squeaking it out, but will throw down his orbital command as well. Morse coming in here now with his SCV, going to be thrown down to that early expansion. I like this play. Very nice. Doesn't even worry about the wall off, as he knows that his player is not going to be doing any sort of 2 racks, or he doesn't know that, but he likes to think that. My dog is barking for some odd reason. There's probably something outside. That's very exciting. Morse throwing down double gas now, so it looks like we might see some early factory play out of him. Maybe even some Banshees. That would be really exciting. That'd be really exciting. I love Banshees. Banshees are so awesome. Banshees are so cool. I don't know if people use Banshees. Second racks now going down for shadowLurker. Still no second racks from Morse, as he did go for that early command center. A little bit of a supply block, but that's no big deal. He is getting the supply depot, will be down very shortly. Getting his Marines out, pumping them out. shadowLurker will have the upper hand in production for the time being, as he does have 3 racks now, but with that double gas, Morse has got to be having something up his sleeves. Maybe some tanks, maybe some Banshees, we are not sure yet. Maybe even some early medevacs for early drops, or just early defense. We'll see, but he is sending out 3 SCVs now. That is for an SCV transfer. Command center is almost done for Shadow, but Morse is way far ahead, and he is getting that tech lab now for his on his barracks. And he's putting a second barracks as well, so he might be going that bio stim 3 racks build. And yes, it looks like he is. He's going to be throwing down these 3 racks, going to get 1 more gas maybe, and then throw down that factory, 2 engineering bays, and a starport, getting that early medevac production out. Both players have a bunker at the front. shadowLurker has decided not to load his units into the bunker, wants to tease a little bit. Combat shield upgrade now on the way, so looks like Morse decided to go for an early combat shield instead of an early stim. So let's see what he's going to do with this exactly. He still has the upper hand on the gas. shadowLurker just now getting his gas started, so Morse could be so far ahead if he had his factory down already. Does have quite a few gas and minerals saved up in the bank. Gets a reactor on his first barracks. Let's see what he does with his second. Supposedly going to be a reactor, but we are not sure about anything in this game. Anything and everything can happen. Yes, it is a reactor. He's going to be working off a double reactor, 1 tech lab. Getting that combat shield out. See what he does for the next upgrade. Morse is now has pretty good saturation at his main. Saturation is getting started at his natural. It looks like both players are pretty even on the harvester count, pretty even on the gas and minerals as well, but Morse got an early jump start on his minerals, or excuse me, his gas. Factory now going down, so it looks like he will be going out for that medevac production or even tanks. We will see what he decides to do. Factory now going down at the same time for Shadow, but Morse has a bigger gas bank, so we will be able to get out a couple extra medevacs before Shadow can. Morse still only working with these Marines, is now pumping them out 5 at a time, while Shadow is only pumping them out 3 at a time for now. He is getting that second reactor now down on his barracks as well. Both players looking like they are going for the exact same thing, that bio build yet again. Let's see what he throws down. Yes, he will throw down a reactor. Yes, he will get that starport. Yes, he will start getting his medevac production up in just a moment. But now Shadow taking the upper hand on the gas, has his 3rd and 4th gas now established. So he could catch back up to Morse with the bank. Shadow now throwing down his starport and reactor as well. Let's see if he can catch up to Morse's bank and get the same amount of medevacs out as Morse has. Starport almost done. +1 going down for Morse, still no +1 for Shadow. So again, that could be a huge deciding factor in the first engagement. Bunker is going to be also a huge deciding factor, but not as big as a +1 upgrade is. Stim now being researched for both players. +1 just now starting for Shadow, but he is about a minute and a half behind Morse in that, so that's going to be a pretty good window for him to strike. Let's see if he can use that to his maximum potential. Keeping up with his supply depots very perfectly, not overbuilding supply depots. Very nice play by Morse. Little things matter in this game, little macro things like that. 4 Marines and a Marauder at a time for Morse, and he is going to be going out here to take his 3rd base. Shadow is not doing anything yet to take his 3rd. No command center. Looks like he will be wanting to go for that more army heavy, unit heavy style yet again. Morse taking out the rocks, going to be able to saturate this base as quickly as possible. Still only working off the 2 and a 3rd gases, so Shadow does have the huge lead in that, and Morse is now producing medevacs 2 at a time, but he will be stumped after he gets those 3rd and 4th medevacs out. Still only 1 guy on gas here, still no 4th gas for Morse. We'll see how this plays out. No 3rd command center on the way yet for Shadow, but Morse is now throwing down his 4th and 5th barracks. Shadow deciding to move out now, thinks it is the right time, but it's going to be the wrong time if he goes too soon. If he does not wait that extra 40 seconds, he will get. Morse does have that army, or that attack upgrade advantage, and a bunker up here. And he can also defend his 3rd and his natural relatively easily because he destroyed these rocks. Shadow does see the army. He does not click on any of the units, so he does not know that the upgrade advantage does not lie in his favor. Shadow going to load up here now with a couple medevacs, going to try and do some damage into Morse's main. We'll see those medevacs start moving in the base now, and we will see how this plays out as well. The 3rd base just now established. Orbital command is getting built. Let's see what these medevacs do. Concussive shells on the way, +1 armor is also on the way for Morse, so he will have that upgrade advantage. Siege mode, though, is on the way for Shadow. No tanks looking like they are coming for Morse. Looks like Morse went out to the Zanaga towers while shadowLurker is going to drop in the back of the base. Very nice reaction by him, moving all his SCVs away. Will pull back. Did not want to go for that base race type of thing. Did cancel that upgrade that it was upgrading. As it was upgrading before the engineering bay got taken out. So very nice play by Shadow, or by Morse. And Shadow doing a very nice job taking out the engineering bay and 1 refinery. Took out a couple SCVs, but not the kind of damage he wanted to do. Looks like Morse did lower all his supply data now, so he can get to that army quicker. And these medevacs are going to get taken out immediately. So Morse, the very nice defense, needs to rebuild his SCVs at his main. Has plenty of SCVs at his 3rd, does not need any more there. Shadow going to try and do a multi-pronged attack, keeping Morse in his base while taking his army across the map and trying to do a little bit of pressure, but this is going to be the wrong decision for him. His +1 is on the way. It is going to be done before Morse's, but Shadow's just going to get taken out here. It's just going to get decimated. Stim goes down for both players. Tank getting taken out. shadowLurker stimming yet again, trying to get away as fast as possible. Morse does not want to play that game. He is going to heal up his army, go take control of the Zanaga Tower, and see what he can do. sixth and seventh racks are going down for Shadow. He has no intention of going into a late game yet again. He wants to stay on the early pressure. He does have a third, but there's no SCVs on it yet, and 7 racks already is pretty good, or a pretty good amount compared to the economy that he has. But he does do a huge transfer, leaves a lot of unmined mineral patches in his main, but we'll +1 will be done, +1 armor will be done for Shadow, but he is pumping out Marines 10 at a time, or he has the possibility to pump them out 10 at a time. Does have all these Marines in his base, or more still sitting here in the Zelnaga Tower, does not want to be any, or too over aggressive, and Morse also getting his 4th base down as we speak. But he's throwing down 4 more racks, so he will be working off of 9 barracks, and that is going to give him the upper hand in production for a while. Building some missile turrets in his base, Morse is, as he is a little bit scared of those drops. Scans sees that there is no third, so he's got to be kind of wondering. There's no third at this point. Either Shadow is going for an all-out, all-in attack, or he has a hidden third somewhere. That's got to be Morse's mindset here, but we're not sure. We'll see what he decides to do with all that. +1 is almost done. +1 armor is almost done for Morse, and +2 attack is on the way. It's going to be ahead of Shadow's upgrades. So the upgrade advantage will be evened up here in just 30 seconds. 4th command center is almost done for Morse, so he will have the economic advantage for a while. But he does have a huge gas advantage, and shadowLurker deciding to move out here. Does he see Morse's army? No, he doesn't. He sees it now and decides, I'm just going to engage into this. Neither player is skinned yet. shadowLurker gets an earlier skin than Morse does, but there's a lot of units dancing in the background. Morse has a way better concave right now. The upgrade advantage is even, and Morse looks like he's going to come out on top of this fight. A little bit better concave for Morse there. Not as good for shadowLurker. Morse is going to come out on top there. Still has no idea about this 3rd base though, so that is keeping shadowLurker alive for now. Morse now working off of 9 barracks and 4 bases, so he's going to have the upper hand in the production. But 2-2 is now on the way, only +2 weapons for Morse, no +2 armor. There it goes just now. And Terran ship plating, the air vehicles, or air motors, armor is now going down. Did Morse scout that? Yes, he did scan that. He's going to go over there and take it out immediately. shadowLurker going to try and catch Morse's army out of position. Morse does not have enough to deal with Shadow's army, but he's going to get a free third, and if Morse loses all his units, he's going to be quite happy with that. shadowLurker deciding to bring only a few of his units, and Morse still with a better concave as all his units firing, and shadowLurker still has a few units dancing in the back. All his Marauders doing a little bit of damage in the back, but it looks like shadowLurker will come out on top, as he did have a huge advantage in the army department there. Shadow is not going to stem and try and chase these, as he thinks there might be more units coming. Morse a little bit wow, as all his rally points got messed up. He did just now set them, but he has a lot of Marines in his base waiting to be taken out. And yes, he has tanks, but no siege tech is on the way yet. shadowLurker's 2-2 is almost done. Morse's +2 attack is almost done, and his +1 armor is about halfway done. So we will see what will happen if shadowLurker decides to engage before Morse gets his +2 armor. Morse with a huge 50 supply lead at this point in the game. And Shadow taking out those rocks, going to take a safer third this time, not going to go for that hidden third, as he feels like it is a little bit unnecessary at this point. Planetary Fortress at Morse's 4th, so that's pretty well defended right now. Good saturation at all of his bases. His natural's a little undersaturated and still hasn't taken that gas. We'll see if he decides to do that at any point in this game. Morse's +3 attack is on the way, as well as Shadow, so those will be done about the same time, but his +2 is not done yet. +3 armor is now on the way for shadowLurker. He's still behind about 50 food, so we will see if Morse decides to engage once he gets that +2 armor. He hasn't moved his army yet, but he is streaming units across the map like crazy. shadowLurker scans to see what he's up against, but he does not see all of Morse's army. He just sees a couple tanks, a couple Marauders, a couple Marines. That is not enough information for him. He doesn't know what's going on in Morse's base right now, or with Morse's army right now. But Morse has 4 tanks, still no siege tech yet. doubt he's going to get it anytime soon. He still has a 50 food lead. Just has the better production overall for this point in the game. He is now starting his siege tech, has +3 on the way as well. Still no +3 armor. If that +3/+3 can get done for Shadow, he might have a chance of taking on Morse's army. But if it does not, then this is 2-2 versus 2-2. It will be an even match, or a little bit slanted in Morse's favor, as he does have the huge army lead. He has 4 Vikings, which will be able to take out this Minivax in about 2 to 3 shots by all of them. And Morse scans, sees that his army is there, and he's going to be able to catch his army in a very bad spot. shadowLurker is not getting the concave he wants. Morse is, and shadowLurker's army is kind of clumped up here. Morse decides to back off for now. But shadowLurker's army is coming in here now. It stims, and Morse still has not stimmed, deciding, yes, he does stim half his army. It has the way better concave. It takes out all of shadowLurker's units. It is now down about 130 food. That looks like it could be GG. This army is just too huge, and shadowLurker does not have the resources nor the units to deal with it. Morse now going to siege up his units, going to siege around on his third. Deciding not to go for the straight up kill just yet. Wants to play it around a little bit, siege up his units. Takes out the third, going to take out all these SCVs relatively easily. Shadow thinks it's GG. Morse moving in with this huge army here, and Shadow has a little platoon. Let's see if these guys can be heroes, but they won't. That was a proverbial GG from shadowLurker. And that was game number 3. Infinity climbs its way back in there, taking out shadowLurker. Infinity is still down 2-1 to Team Emanations, and we will see what happens next.